Fortnite Battle Royale action. Players from all around the globe have battled it out, and some have been able to already book their ticket to New York City to compete in the Fortnite World Cup final in front of thousands of live fans. $8 million has already been given away, and now we're coming down to the wire. Week 9 is the final opportunity for competitors to try and qualify for the solos competition. Who will join the likes of Dubs, Stompy, Tfue, and X2 Jordan on the stage in New York City? Who will be able to clutch up in their final moments, in their last fights, to earn one of the final 19 spots? And with the last 2 weeks on the horizon, we are increasing the weekly prize pool to $2 million. So, get on the battle bus and drop in. This is your last chance to name yourself among the best of the best and to build your way to a spot at the Fortnite World Cup final. What are you waiting for? The battle is building, and you don't want to miss out.
What is going on, Fortnite fam? Welcome back to Week 9 of the Fortnite World Cup Online Open Qualifiers. It's Week 9, the final opportunity for these players to punch a ticket for the solo competition. This is it. It all comes down to the wire. Now, of course, guys, in case you have just been tuned in, maybe you haven't been here, maybe it's your first time, let's get you guys up to speed. And, of course, refresh your memory. You know how the schedule goes. Oceania, Asia, Europe have all concluded. Brazil's still going on, still wrapping up. And of course, now we're hopping into NA East, and then later on, we'll wrap the day up with NA West. Now, the format, because it is solos, top 25, top 15, top 5, and the Victory Royale are all the placement thresholds. Every single elimination is 1 point. Now, don't forget, guys, the prize pool for Week 9 and Week 10 have been doubled. This is insane. Now, of course, money is fantastic, but those coveted qualifying spots, that's what these players are after. 8 in Europe, 6 in NA East, 2 in West, 1 in Asia, Brazil, and Oceania. Now that we're hopping into East, there is 6 total spots on the line for these players. Again, it is the last possible opportunity for these players to punch their tickets to the finals in New York City. 19 players will be joining us when the day is said and done. Now, of course, we're hanging out with Sundown. Let's take a look at the standings heading into NA East. I'm curious to see how things are shaking out for these players, especially after yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an incredible round of matches so far. We've seen our finals and our semifinals be incredibly close from top to bottom. Again, in Europe, 15 points separating 8th from 100th place. Wow. Let's take a look here. Everyone on pretty much 3 matches, with the exception of Secrets, Vape Jesus hanging out there on to 6 points, or 7 points, excuse me. Math is a little bit hard between Outlet and Bugabot, but we have a whole bunch of Fortnite to still play. Nearly a little under 2 hours in terms of the queue times going, and I mean, we're going to book 6 more tickets.
That's right. Don't forget, guys, top 6. As Sundown likes to say, you must be this tall to ride. So if everything was said and done, these would be your top 6 players, which for Outlet, someone like 72 Macwood, this would be huge. But of course, like you said, we still have a ton of games to get through. So of course, let's hop into the action. We need 2 casters, and of course, we're bringing out the big guns. Let's get Courage JD and Dr. Lupo on deck. Gentlemen, floor is yours.
Dr. Lupo, we are here. Hello, my name is Courage JD. This is Dr. Lupo. Sorry, the camera angle makes me look a little bit shorter than him, but we're about the same height in real life. Ben, NA East, it's here. 72 hours, popped off yesterday. I said I was rooting for Mongrel in the EU. He did it. I'm rooting for 72 hours now in the US. Let's get into the games.
I was talking earlier about that exact thing, that exact person, Tom, representing NA East in a big way yesterday on the board, even in the bottom right corner of your screen right now. I'm going to jump in with Showbeans, though. 1 elimination, 7 points. Not a whole lot of ammunition in the inventory, but enough builds to make an escape. Plus, those 2 shadow bombs are going to be key, Jack, for these mid to late game rotations.
Showbeans right now getting set up with these assault rifle weapons. The issue with having two of the same weapon class with the ammo means, well, they share the ammo bed, and when you have under a clip in each, you're not really in a good spot. Thankfully, as we know, the combat shotgun with much more range than the likes of the pump when it was in the game can definitely get a little bit more done with it here in the late game. But now Showbeans on the run, not popping a shadow bomb as of yet, was maybe hoping to hit that launch pad, but looks like
quite
struggling to get some builds in here.
Building, honestly, probably one of the most important pieces of Fortnite Battle Royale. It is the ultimate Battle Royale experience, Jack, as they say. Make a movement here, landing inside the same box. KGG gets the GG back to the lobby. Showbeans picking up a second elim, a lot of materials, and enough ammunition for multiple magazines. Finds another player inside. Quick edit, but decides to back out of that. Just kidding. The drop back in, down to 38 HP. Took a lot of damage right there, trying to wall off from pressure from multiple sides. A tough position. Going to have to rotate away right now. One of those shadow bombs may be the right call if more pressure comes in. It's Bucky. Cam Bam down below. Void. Shy Guy, Maximus, Frey. Slothy plays. Multiple players on your screen right now. And that's going to be the case pretty much throughout all of these games, especially in NA East. We mentioned earlier, I was with Sundown, we talked about Europe and how aggressive they seem to play in comparison to other regions. NA East a little slower as of recently in solos, especially with this being the final week of qualifiers for solos for the World Cup.
My
that
gosh.
is more splodes. It is, the legend has it to this day, they're still going off.
They
Slothy
are
burning through all their materials.
How is Slothy alive right now?
Didn't take a single point of damage.
Didn't take a single point of damage. Typically when that happens, the entire lobby begins to focus and then returns the favor onto Erupt Void with the combat shot there. Slothy, of all the outcomes right there, Dr. Lupo, that has to be the absolute best considering the circumstance.
Imagine having 15 dynamite thrown at you, not taking a single point, and then quickly one-tapping a player on the rotation after you rebuilt.
Gosh.
Now look at this. Slothy sees a player through the transparency of the metal wall going up. That's the storm side, too, so there's a chance maybe to wait. Doesn't decide to do it. Jumps out there into the rift to go. Yet that other player may follow through behind. We're at 36, 35 players remaining. Coder goes down to the storm. Kingman's picking up J-Mac in the feed as well. Sharp on your screen. Multiple players and ballers.
Remember, if you're on the ground right now, you're slipping and sliding around.
Not a fun position to be in. You have TJ, Baldy, multiple players, well-known names we've seen multiple times in the past. But you have to remember, too, that this is just the beginning of Sunday qualifiers, so everybody's kind of queued into the same pool, but as people start to push higher and higher in points, you're going to see the lobbies get more and more difficult as we go closer to the
stand out for sure.
Yep.
Here's a look at Bugabot currently at the bottom of this build. Dynamite coming into play, recognizing, well, I've got to make something happen.
Ooh,
and there's a free limb on a Maximus. Now at 8 total points. Remember, top 25 is where placement points begin to come into play. Bugabot so darn close. Ooh, builds all the way into the zone, takes a couple ticks of damage, but nothing too bad, has a med kit. And I don't mind this at all right here, Lupo. I like the fact that he's going to wind up popping this med kit and, actually stops to go and fight someone nearby, because there's really not going to be another time to be able to pop this med kit when this all goes down. Bugabot hits the community rift and will begin to float towards this zone. So look at the rest of the carnage going down. We've reached our top 20.
12 builds there, floating in from above. Talk about not sitting on a whole lot of small ammunition for that tactical AR. Baldy goes down to the storm. Bucky picking up Saw on the feed. Another elimination there for Bucky. Fly on pass doesn't have an opportunity to compete for high ground. Going to land on the ultimate low down on the floor down here, trying to get as close to the edge of the front of the storm as possible. You don't want to spend too much time trying to make your way in, especially with only 2 builds now. 1 brick, 1 metal. Gonna have to try and apply pressure, and there goes the rest of the materials. Bugabot now, fight for his life on the ground, drops in a player immediately next to him. 2 combat shotgun shots back to back there.
But that player also had no materials. Okay,
a little bit of wood.
There we go. That'll definitely help. Bugabot making the most of a bad situation with another elimination. Now into the top 10, and still, with 13 builds left, can try to make something happen. Here's a look from the top down of exactly where everyone stacks up. Frey on height, but Frey also very, very weak. Looking to get maybe some siphon coming up here. Bugabot pushes out, decides, nope, I can't pick up that rocket right now. I've got to focus on this enemy that's nearby. Back up to 26 builds now. Bugabot in the top 5. So max placement points earned outside of winning the darn game. So definitely a solid performance up to this point. Has with 2. from up top. There's a challenge coming on, and that is Haz, who gets cut down by Bugabot. 1 versus 1, and Frey just fell to his death because he had like 45 HP.
Eliminated by fall damage there.
That's that.
Plummeting down, and kind of a anticlimactic win there. I mean, still, it's a victory royale. That's 10 points right there, plus the elimination, so you got to feel good, but didn't really have to compete for the last one outside of Haz falling in on top of his head there. Meanwhile, the next game over, 39 players remaining. We are in the southwest corner of the map. Going to slide on in here, a fly in from the outside is Slacky Marevs. NA East, by the way, has just under 2 hours left to play. We're a little over a third of the way through their queue time. You have to get 10 games in. You can get 10 games in, I should say. A lot of players, even ones that make it to the top 10, top 5, even first place, don't often finish all their games. There's no need to if you're getting wins and high elimination counts every single time you play for placement, that kind of thing. So you do have an hour and 50 minutes left.
I think he's just staring at this guy, just sitting in this box, wanting to just go for it. There it is. Oh!
The shot in the air?
No, tried to make it happen. Tried to make it happen, but unfortunately can't. But either way, Marevs had the right idea. If that player doesn't have a rift, obviously that's a different story. Looks like wants to keep the pressure going, and I don't mind this at all. You know how weak this person is.
Have to.
You have to go for this. Again, we talked so much about it. If you want to qualify for the Fortnite World Cup Finals, you will not get away with just placement points. You need eliminations if you're going to do it. He gets right inside the box, and that was exactly who tried to break on out, tried to escape, but unfortunately met their demise right there inside the 1x1.
Slacky actually tried to do one of the pops the slurp to prevent anybody else at that point from using it. Picks up a mini. So I'm a little curious why he picked up one mini over keeping the slurp.
Sometimes in these late game moments, some panic can set in. You might not realize. You might not be able to get the chance. You might think, oh, that's 6 minis, right? And it's only 1. So right now, 72 hours, just trying to stay alive. Played out of his mind yesterday. A fantastic day, but as we know, Saturday doesn't always transfer over to Sunday. 72 hours spraying with this infantry rifle close range. Oh, doesn't get that a limb. Does stay in the zone, doesn't get that a limb either. There you go.
Found one.
Okay, they do drop, but he kind of tunnel visioned here, Lupo. He kind of tunnel visioned here,
Lupo.
Lupo.
Outside in the storm, pushing his way in. Is he going to make it or not? We'll have to see. Just barely 10 HP remaining. The Shadow Bomb to continue pushing on through to the opposite side of the safe zone. Almost lost it there. 90 HP to the zone is not ideal. Wishes he had that slurp, I'm sure, at this point, hoping he can find some way to get this back. Frantically building his way to the top, trying to build up inside the safe zone, stay at the forefront of the storm. 12 players left. We're very close.
Yep.
Got to make it to the top 5 to pick up the last 2 points before the victory royale is the only way for placement to matter anymore. Player directly above him. J-Storm Painful looking down. Maybe an opportunity for Tom. He's going to see it. Releases the edit, wall, and builds forward. Doesn't want to engage just yet. A little bit of fall in there. No fall damage.
I thought that was going to be it right there.
Very close. 8 players left. J-Storm picking up another elim.
Oh.
Threats finds him inside a box. 72 hours goes down just outside the top 5.
And if you're threats right there, it's an easy decision. You see someone inside trying to chug a big shield in time. You've got a heavy sniper. You know the player's got to be weak. That is a no-brainer type shot. Nicely recognized by threats. You see it on the left side of your screen. Actually does get eliminated right there. So did make it right on the edge of top 5. Not sure if they wound up earning those other placement points. And it looks like he'd wind up. He did. So we are now in our top 3, though. Top right of your screen, Rocardini. Bottom right, Beggs. And then you see on the low ground, Slacky Marevs, too, who's very, very weak. The stink is brilliant from up top. Stinks this late in the game are just so deadly. Marev's going to drop to that. He smelt it and dealt it. Another stink comes in. Beggs getting chunked by this now. Even more stink still in the inventory. Oh, this is just beautiful. Rocardini recognizing that it's best to hold on to those to the extreme late game, and now basically has a free win right in front of themselves with this one. Yeah, that doesn't get much easier. Well-placed stinks, and the patience to hold on to them, Dr. Lupo, pays off in dividends.
You see an opportunity late game like that, players fighting it out below you. No reason to not just drop that guy on in there and see if you can deal it while they're forced to smell it, Jack. You hate to see that. Eliminations like that, name on the screen threw me off for a second. See if you spot it at some point. 43 players left. Anyway, eliminations like that, you got to feel good about it too, because it's almost low effort, because you have players that you're not putting yourself in line of sight. You're just dropping the zone damage down below.
Yep.
Letting them fight it out inside. NA East with 1 hour and 44 minutes left.
As you saw, one of the most incredible gamers out there, Yogurt Fart, in this lobby.
I think we're 14, Jack. I think honestly, sometimes our maturity level shows.
Like for real. Like, can
Epic,
we just address this for a second?
From the bottom of my heart, Epic, please.
This is nothing to do. Epic,
I'm sorry.
This needs to be discussed. How do you decide your name's going to be Yogurt Fart? Like where does it come in? Don't you want to everyone else out there is TTV? They want to get their clout up. And then I'm just like, hey, yeah, add my Epic. My name's Yogurt Fart.
I think we've lost Jack, everybody. My deepest apologies. Fernando beaming Yeti out of the sky in the rotation in. Second elimination. 19 points total. Down below, Yogurt Fart still crawling around underneath. Jack trying his hardest to hold it together.
Yo player, Dannon.
Jack?
It's right now, Fernando is keeping the high ground at the moment. Trying to make sure no one can push towards this backside of the zone.
Production not helping with this joke at all in the slightest. Confirmed that it's Danimals in our ears. Jack's still trying his hardest.
We're good.
Sincerely, my deepest apologies.
DMO. I actually saw an interview with DMO.
Come on.
It's right now. Fortunately, he used that hashtag Fortnite World Cup, and send us interesting names you've seen.
Yes, please.
That you've faced.
Got to get screenshots of them if possible. Got to have proof.
Got to have proof, please.
Screenshotter didn't happen.
Fernando still up top, just sitting pretty, and it doesn't get much easier than that. Garrido does get cut down. Fernando, launch pad, 4 shadow bombs. Realistically, weapon-wise, really hoping this legendary assault rifle can pull him through, because
listen,
only other thing he has is a common tactical shotgun.
I've said it before, Jack, I'll say it again. The gray tac is the best weapon in the game.
Okay.
Prove me wrong. You can.
Okay.
I'll
let you say that.
It's never been proven.
That was Dr. Lupo who said it, Reddit, not me.
Smile.
Just to be clear.
You really gotta point those at me, Jack?
Point that finger.
Reddit, you look wonderful today. Please be gentle. Saw on the feed, picking up another elimination. So you got us bad. Not necessarily the worst. Picking up an elim. We're down to the top 30. Fernando getting Sir Wings on rotation. See out another elimination. 29 remaining. This shadow bomb to push all the way forward. These players trying their hardest to earn a spot in those 6 positions for NA East.
Only 6 spots. Remember, of these 3,000 players, only 6 will make it. Fernando, using that tactical shotgun, does get one. Is there a combat on the ground anywhere? Just an upgraded tack. I think that's what they'll have to settle with. Pressure now moving forward. You see Bugga on your screen. Ball giving Bugga a major praise the other day as Fernando, fortunately, keeps clipping the edge of that build. Not able to make it into zone without taking a couple ticks. Does have a campfire, though, but it's a double-edged sword using a campfire this late in the game, Dr. Lupo. It's like a, hey, I'm weak, come attack.
This is the box to shoot at, please.
Yes.
I encourage it. But on top of that, you're also going to be missing HP, in this case, shield as well. Pick up on the elim there, and the Storm's going to keep pushing Fernando.
Wow.
For a second.
Gets both
Has the
popped.
time. No damage either from the Storm.
And that's great composure right there, because to be honest, I was thinking it wasn't going to happen. As Go CMO actually goes down in your engagement feed, we're in our top 7 right now. Opportunity to break on through. Bugga on your screen, K&G unknown, fighting for the high ground still. TSM Cloud in this game as well.
Kai on the ultimate high ground up above as the remainder of the lobby is forced into the same maybe 2 or 3 boxes vertically. The rift to go puts a player all the way up top, 2 players all the way up top. Bar getting beamed from underneath, just a little bit of damage, but enough to apply pressure and make him plummet to the ground. You'll see another rift, 3 players up. You hear the combat shotgun shot in midair. Somebody going for a big play if they can pull it off. Can't quite yet, though. Bar landing. Gonna waterfall down and layer up. Basically 3 or 4 floors up off the ground. We're in the top 7.
It's a lot of mats to use right there.
We got 2 players left need to go down before those final placement points, and every point matters, as we've talked about in these placements. With edit to check for a shot. Nope, looks down below, applying pressure with the grenades. Excellent grenade play there. Finds Cloud from TSM, hiding on the ultimate low ground. Picks up that elim, putting the top 4 now. Bar dropping down, applying pressure. Another grenade, very close, very risky, and shots from above. That might cost him. We'll see here. No builds left. A quick edit. The shot through finds Fernando. 1v1 situation. A top down. The combat shots from above. Kai picks up the last elimination from the ultimate high ground to the victory royale. Well played.
No builds or not, you are just never going to win a fight 1v1 with attack versus combat right there. Just not going to happen. It's just a better weapon in the hands of his opponent. The combat shotgun shows off just how darn good it is right there. As we head to our next game, up top, you've got Class. You saw Chap flying by. Class, I believe the newest signing for 100 Thieves. Currently set on up on the ultimate high ground. There's the Q check again, 1 hour and 38 minutes left.
Class looking around from above. No reason to burn too many materials. Checking down from the top. Anybody on rotation? He's at the back of the Storm, by the way. Kind of an interesting position, which means somewhere in that inventory, I bet you there's a rift to go or a launch pad.
Yes.
Not needing to move too early. I mean, he's got 5 seconds now. I'm going to start to make the move. There's launch pad.
Actually,
forward.
Hit his head, but it seems like that was on purpose.
That was intentional.
Yeah.
The horizontal movement, if you bounce off one of those ramps 2 blocks up, you get shot out like a rocket, essentially, and you can fly across the map. Less chances for people to shoot you out of midair.
200 IQ play from Class right there. Currently set up. He's got the combat shotgun in hand. As we know, sometimes the inventory doesn't load for the players when we hop on into a new lobby. So, Class definitely has more than just a rare assault rifle. Can promise you that. 1 player just above, looking to put some pressure on, and doesn't
a little bit of pressure.
Easier than that.
A little bit of pressure. Yeah, just a little bit.
There they go.
Elimination in there. 39 players left. 3 elims right now for Class. Eclipse say his duo may potentially be in here. Those players qualified already. Chap, Macwood, Complexity
in our top 10.
The box.
In our top 10 last time we checked the leaderboards.
Indeed.
And is in a great position to rack up points right here.
As with every grenade, when there's 1, there's 50. Finds the elim on the outside. There's 3 now, 30 points.
It's like chips. It's like potato chips. Like you can't
just eat one. You
can't just shoot 1 grenade.
Show me a person that's eaten 1 chip and then stopped. Yeah, right.
Look at the size of me. I haven't.
The legend has it you're still eating chips to this day. Sorry, Jack. Sorry to expose you.
No, you don't have to. I had some delicious ones earlier. Cheddar cheese, Pringle action.
Excellent.
Macwood spraying, frantically trying to find some sort of damage to put down range. Every point matters. Every elimination matters. A heavy snipe nearly exposes Macwood, but a quick reaction time does stop it. And actually surprised, Macwood is taking a ton of damage.
He could have, for a second, opted to take shots, but I feel like that player right there, literally the one he's jumping past right now, there were multiple that had line of sight on the box.
Great movement, though. Great movement.
Big jump.
Getting that last ball, getting as far as possible. We'll have time to pop both of these minis, which I expect, okay, only using one, it appears. Wants to save as much of these as possible.
Kind of surprising because we're going into the late game here. He's
Fell.
way
There
above
you go.
the damage threshold. Hey, look, 191 now, no big deal. Looking for shots on the follow-through. The second, maybe a back-to-back. Swap to the combat shotgun. Look at the right side here in just a second. Building up above and finds Das on the rotation up. 5 elims at 32 points. We're in the top 30. Another one of these opportunities. Mackwood showing just how versatile those shadow bombs are climbing the mountain.
My goodness, this is a tough zone rotation. And it's going right back, actually. Looks like through where we just were. You see Tilt as well in this game. All the way on the high ground is Thunder. So they're beaming on down, back over to Class, who's currently set on up, kind of towards the higher point of this build. Has made it into the top 25, so more points will be earned.
Pushing on through to the next section here. Just kind of tunneling forward. One of the most important skills for rotation.
Nick A30 was literally talking about it earlier. Saying now before
huge.
Before he started to stream, he was in Playground. He was trying to get better at tunneling on uneven ground, like when you need to go up or down or whatever.
It's important too to know when you need to cover all your angles, every side, or just one side or two sides, depending on how you're moving or where you're moving. If you're at the edge of the zone, you don't necessarily have to cover your back if you know that that side's been empty for a while. Or if you're moving across the middle and you want to save materials, maybe a single floor and a ramp, turn rotated, or like you do a jump rotation and quickly place it to end up underneath so you don't use as many materials. By the way, catching a player, specs, immediately placing the launch and jumping off of it.
And what's big is, of everything that just dropped, the one thing Class is able to pick up is 280 brick.
Feels good.
Basically the best thing you could ask for.
Material's so important late game. We're in the top 15 now. Class looking at 20 points, looking for the 21st here in a second. Shot, go for the replace, gets the first layer, go for the replace, gets the second, doesn't quite get the second layer. A little bit of a miss edit in there too, placing the triangle down. Tons of players up above, one landing directly above, immediately replace. It does the edit to get it to fall through. The player drops down, gets a 124 on the combat, and it's Thunder who goes down, pays the price for the second shot. Very, very good mechanic skill there from Class. A lot of practice goes into moves like that.
Yep, as you hear the rift go off, someone will be contesting for height. Sen Karos did just go down. It's Percently who's all the way up top, and Class catches him off guard.
Oh.
Percently went to look up at the rifter, and Class just jumped behind. And that is a game-changing moment, Dr. Lupo, as Class not only eliminates Percently, but refocuses his attention onto the player rifting. High ground is now his, and he's up to his highest amount of materials so far in this late game.
Pressure applied on Eclipse, who's basically in the second level there. You've got Lazar and Fox down to the bottom. Shots coming out from Class, moving forward in the stink a little bit on the backside, but no big deal. Eclipse stuck inside a stink of his own. Lazar and Fox in the ultimate low, fighting it out while still getting shot at from above. 3 builds in Fox's inventory, and Class is sitting on 63. Very important to note that, because that means Class could waterfall down and apply pressure at any time. He also has a chance to wall off and heal off from above. Fox is going to have to take shots. Eclipse goes down. Fox is basically nothing left. Class, a little bit of fall damage. There we go. The builds leading into the campfires for the HP. Fox slotting it on the hill, stuck outside the storm. Class doesn't have to push, but he doesn't know that. Wait for the last second. Shot from above and finds the victory royale. 8 eliminations.
That was not pretty.
18 points.
That was not pretty right there, but that's where we have it. A good victory royale. 400 Thieves. Class, 8 eliminations. The win. 18-point game. Zeke and Sundown with our updates.
Thank you guys so much, man. Do I love Fortnite? The answer is yes, of course. Who doesn't? Now, guys, of course, we're here in NA East. Excuse me, I almost said West. I don't know why I did that. NA East here, knee-deep in the game. Sundown, we've seen some incredible games so far. Let's take a moment here, slow things down, meet up with Sundown. We'll take a look at some of the awesome clips he's got. We'll take a look at the updated standings, and then go from there.
Right, so first we're going to hop on board here with Bugabot. A great individual effort from him on the low ground here. Note, right before that elim, he had 0 builds, now up to 20. But one thing I want you to keep an eye on is his mentality to shoot first in these situations. It might be because he's lower on the builds, but note how he's looking to walk out and take fights. He's not looking to build himself back out. He wants his shots first, which ends up being huge if you're in a position where you can aggress, picking up Has right there and then able to run it out and get the victory route, just outlasting from 0 builds to a VR. Well done from Bugabot. Now, the Titan of the East, we talked about it. Players who haven't qualified 72 hours, Tom is on that, and just watch this little bit of a tricksy rotation here. Ends up directly in this player box on the backside of him. Mike can go back to lobby, boxes himself up, puts the trap down. Nice little defense there. Now, rather unfortunate here that he didn't end up with 2 elims, but the tag and the baller does still pick up Testy, so well done there from 72 hours. We've seen a lot of Fernando as well. Now watch him go to work. That was his first elim, but look at what he gets from all of that. Gets high ground control, the legendary AR, and zone priority position. Because he's on this side and players are forced to rotate into him, he's going to be able to use the rifle. Saw him pick up one there, picks another player off of the jump pad. That feels awful if you're Oscarito, and we've seen him have an affinity a number of times for getting picked up off of those jump pads. So maybe grab a shadow bomb or a ball and rotate along the ground as Fernando keeps putting in work there, getting the storm tick over onto Sir Wings. And look, that's the one thing that we stress about these players. It's the action after their immediate action. You don't slow down. You can't stop right after you pick something else up because somebody else is there. Picks up the elim onto Quasi, boxes himself up, and then pushes forward. And he's been doing this entire run while he's being contested. It's not like he's avoiding these fights. He's going and he's looking for them, but he's prepared to take them with that shoot first mentality. Very well done from Fernando there. But let's check out those standings right now. The previous qualifier on top, Misfits Clicks. Let's look at the spread. 40 points down to 30, so just 10 points separating first and 10th, and 6 spots up for grabs. Zeke's with Clicks already having qualified, it would drop down to the 7th spot, and all these guys are right on top of each other.
Yeah, I mean, you look at like someone like Smacked and Fernando, they have the 3 games played, and they're at the 30 points. Someone like Clicks, who's at the top, has 5 with 40 points. So they have like more room to work with, more throwaway games, I guess, but the point spread is still pretty tight. Don't forget, top 6 will be moving on to finals, so there's still plenty of time. I still feel like this is anyone's game. It just takes one incredible standout game to just rocket up on the leaderboard, you know?
It's absolutely anybody's game. We talk about kind of a reasonable pop-off. A 5 elim victory route is 15 points, or 8 elims, and in the top 5 is 15 points. Any of those is a realistic final game, and we're right around that halfway mark, and with less than 15 points separating the top 10, anybody will be able to jump up on the page, and that's what Fortnite is all about.
Well, let's not hold off any longer, Fortnite fam. Let's just get right back into the action. So for now, let's send it back over to Courage and Dr. Lupo for more Fortnite.
Ooh-wee, the standings are getting juicy. Some would call them soggy as we move into our next game here.
Speaking of soggy, Jack, on your screen, Liquid Vivid.
And Loot Lake.
A player that's already qualified.
Yes.
Qualified week 1. You gotta love that. An opportunity, though, for Vivid to practice his mechanics, keep his game stepped up to the top. Hopefully push up and maybe pick up, you got to remember, a little bit of prize money too on the line here. Plus it's doubled. $2 million for the entire weekend is insane.
Absolutely wild.
Gives me chills, Jack.
$2 million every week for these last couple weeks is nuts. That's like, you've been around in competitive gaming for a long time. That is like entire life cycles of games,
Yeah.
Prize money. And now it's these 2 weeks. Don't even get me started on the Fortnite World Cup Finals. That is going to be the spectacle to watch this summer. You will want to be tuned in for that. Later on this summer, in the end of July, you see Hogman continuing to pop up in the elimination feed. Vivid throwing these grenades. And on these awkward-to-build surfaces, like in the water, it is so tough to dodge them. And you see right there how it winds up working out.
Yeah, here at Loot Lake, multiple players trying to make their way in. 38 left. Vivid starting to tunnel forward, shots from the backside. He's going to wait last second. It looked like he was waiting for one more shot from that opponent's AR before he took the combat shotty shot. Couldn't quite get it. For a read here, going to take ownership of the wall, sees the baller through, and going to apply pressure, taking shots there. It actually is Hogman with the baller inside that brick box in the bottom, Loon up top. Premium moving forward up above too, the next level up. Shots underneath the corner edit there. Vivid's going to have to replace the wall with a new one. Maybe a chance to pop that full shield if he decides it's the right call, which at this point it might be unless someone nearby is very, very weak. Vivid going to go for the full shield. At this point, waiting. You have 18 seconds until the circle starts to close, which means you don't have to move just yet if you're trying to wait, especially if you have a rift in your inventory, a launch pad, anything like that. You can take a second and take shots before movement's required. I believe that's exactly what's going on here. Yep. If it's going to rotate on through, look from underneath, and there is a pyramid separating them now. No chance here. You hear the shadow bomb go off. Vivid might try and track this one down. 54 on the shield on rotation. No chance just yet. A player directly above. He's going to build up and try.
Então. Só tenho cheirito mesmo. Mas chica. Por acaso tem uma orienta aí de um paleca bacana. 10 paus bacanas também. Amanhã se eu for lá disso qualquer coisa. Tu não conheces o bacana, estás a ver? Também. É chato. Adoro ficar. Só se fosse. Deixa eu ver se ele responde. Ias lá comigo? Na Gandara. Início da Gandara. Esteves? Deixa eu ver se ele responde. E amanhã estava a pensar passar na Compal. Se não precisar de gente ainda. Está aberto todos os dias aquilo ou não? Mas... tem de ir àquela e não. Vou ligar para lá. Pá, estou aí com... Ele está offline. Acho eu. Quer dizer que eu mudo? Por isso, fazer-o adorar. Poleca. Desde tem aquele poleca está-se bem, desde tem aquele traveseco. Até fazes duas, se quiseres. Por isso. Fumarada. Tens é de pegar em bruto. Pô. Queres ir para qual? Queres ir para outro, novo? Reversão. O quê? Puta, carregas no E e aparecem todos os enigmas. Escolhes um. É o que nós costumamos jogar é o River Zone. Downhill River Zone. O PT também está aí. Eu vou-lhe mandar uma mensagem no Face. Mesmo. Quem dizia mesmo é o Rogério, foda-se. Quando o pessoal entra em third party, fritam-se todos. Third party, quando estão dois a fightar e o pessoal mete-se a mandar tiros. A picar. Exato. É todos, estás a ver? Bom, estou a fazer essa. Nada. Só acabar de enrolar isso. Não sei. Eu assim não, se não conseguir vai-te criar essa hora, mas deixei-te. Puto, eu, há uns dias para cá andava a falhar mesmo, ué, mano, que eu atrofiei toda a sensibilidade, estás a ver? Atrofiei com essa merda, depois-me a mudar. E a primeira que chegasse tipo à cena. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Isso és mais rápido. És sempre mais rápido. Vou aí agora ao mortalho. Entrar. Demorar bem tempo. Estás a jogar? Estás-me a dizer Restoring Island e não sai da mesma cena. Eu vou ao up outra vez. Vou entrar. Up. Tive de sair, tive de ir ao lobby. Já estava. Não. Não, já estou aí, estou à espera. Eu vi esse som. Também bacana. Foi o Fábio que mostrou o golfinho. Eu mandei invite. Isso bem.
Não roubei bola nenhuma.
Aí eu. O que, meu? A minha bola. Já me fodei, puta.
Tens kits, foda-se, não te fodeste nada, tens 3 kits.
Ei, mas cadê a puta da minha bola, meu?
Eu usei a minha.
Eu deixei a minha ao pé à frente ao pé do. Não foi ao pé do relógio, foi lá no meio.
Puta, deixei a minha escondida e apanhei-a. Ixi. Não, vou fazer arena. Mas obrigado. Até já.
Até já.
Umas teclas boas.
Caralho. Bota.
É criativo.
Claro.
Oh, que expulso. Vamos lá jogar como homens.
Exato, puto.
Achas que é isso?
Puto, vamos ali, vamos para o
E
squad.
só diz isto porque não tem Battle Pass. Porque se tivesse que
Meio jogo a partir merdas.
eu ainda não tenho dinheiro para a próxima. E preciso. Sim, mas o ir jogando vais fazendo. Agora aqui não ganhas nada.
Vocês estão a jogar Creative.
Ah, já chegaste. Eu estava a dizer, quando tu chegasses já ias jogar duas. No máximo vamos aqui aquecer. Vá, vem aqui só dar um aquecimento.
Vão-se aquecer, vão se cansar.
Faz o quê? Mas não queres o quê? Ou vens ou não vens?
Ainda fodido, Eduardo. Só estou aqui eu e tu. Fui eu, caralho.
Eu na boa, então vou avançar.
Vocês estão em qual?
Vai
É
para
na do meio da esquerda.
Vai. Aí.
Vai, vamos já para o fight, puto.
Force.
Matar-nos para eles entrarem.
Deixa lá fumar.
Olá.
Alguém se vai foder na Storm. Alguém se vai foder na Storm.
Quem se vai fazer o quê?
Puxa, ai que sorte.
Não é sorte, é perícia, diz o Gui.
Que o Gui está a jogar contigo.
Sou eu esse sócio, meu. Teve sorte.
Uau, que pro builder.
Obrigado.
Merece. Ele dá uma rechada que nem vai ver. Pussy. Vocês estão-se a prender todos dentro da Storm. Foda-se.
Mesmo.
Olha-me.
Dá para ver.
Vá malta, bora derreter todos o Eduardo, já sabe.
Abriu falência. Ai,
Deixa.
que calaneiro.
Toma, cabrão. Com bala. Com bombas.
Ai, aqui. Assim, Dudu?
Foda-se.
Merda!
Ah, cabrão.
Filho da puta!
Ah, pá, não consigo, não sei então. Stop that shit. Já te fodaste.
Foda-se. Atrofiei-me toda. Aquele de vida.
Pum, velho,
Yeah.
pum.
Fudendo, filho da puta.
Respeito, meu filho, respeito.
Oh, foi o caralho. Toma. Toma, leva agora no taço. Mas só agora.
Pronto.
Mano, estás a ver?
Mor. Estou num jogo.
Mor.
Olha, é que vocês assim ouvem tudo. Ih, vocês são...
Ai, ai. Ai. Sou eu, velho. Não, sou default, não. Por que é que eu não consigo fechar? Caralho. Muito shit. Caralho.
Foda-se. É tudo. Heavy sniper. Stop. Scar. Dá-lhe tiro. Ela tua amiga.
3 kills.
Assistes, 4 assistes, puto. Eu fiz 4 assistes, e nenhum kill. Foda-se.
Shit fucking happens. Kill is not assisting.
Chato.
Eu isto. Tanto cocó.
Curto mesmo essa. Shit.
Olha, caí.
Foda-se, caralho.
What? Cabrão, David, foda-se.
Filho da puta. Como é que não morreste?
Esse Bini está-lhe a dar.
Ei, está-lhe a dar mesmo. Matou-me uma pinta, não estás a
falhar
ver?
tiros.
E aí eu ainda carrego na tecla para falar.
Caralho. Aquele headshot. Caralho.
Oi?
Estás com ele, Diogo.
Mostrar para cima.
Destrói, Vini. Deixa por ti.
Faz o contrário de mim. Eu só construo. Ele está sempre à espera.
Ele ainda não gastou uma construção. Ou então apanhou, já.
Eduardo, ataque, cara.
Toma. Toma.
Ih, na ordem.
Ai, ai.
SMG, Bini.
Eu Vini também não.
Não posso falar lá.
Ah.
Ixi, caramba de merda. What the fuck, então mas isto já está a andar.
Queres ficar com essa?
Ai ai. Estás a fazer ao contrário, David. Deixa uma shotgun do David. Ai,
Foda-se.
rampa, David.
Merda.
Olha, juro-te, tu foste muito
Fica sem
mal,
builds.
eu não tinha balas na CMG, senão.
Jesus.
E não estava a conseguir meter shot, estava aqui mesmo no lodo. Foda-se. Caralho. Pô, se fizer a shot tinhas-me morto.
Estava
Eu
sordo.
atrapalhei-me todo.
No shit.
Matei-te, meu.
Ui. Ui.
Pá nos cornos.
Vou fazer um caralho, mas é. Caralho, então, mas agora a minha cena não está funcionando.
Motherfucker. Foda-se. Vini, vais morrer, sai daí. Não, até tinhas tempo.
Foda-se, caralho. Olha. Opa, quem construiu isto à minha frente?
Rocket perto é fedido. Matas-te a ti.
Cabrão. Foda-se. Que armas de merda que eu tinha.
Ai o quê? Vou para morrer. Ah, não acredito.
Não fechava assim, acho.
Ah, caralho.
Não fechava, tu meteste escadas?
E eu encostei-me. Fechar mesmo.
Não sei.
Fechar mesmo. Eu é que me encostei do lado oposto à trapa.
Yeah.
Eliminei, como assim se eu não fiz nada? Estava tão bem ao bocado, agora não
Os
tenho nada a
bancos.
dizer. Rapaz, vejo break uma vez. É, por acaso eu vou ficar com quem é que é o cão?
Eu?
Não, é o Gui.
Sei não. Opa, que sério, mano.
Filho da mãe. Assim. Ah, falso. Ai, 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 eu não vou falar.
Ah, sim. Assim, nem penso. Ah, estava a ver que tinhas ficado.
Cabrão.
Quem eu?
Já ganha mais que eu. Não me meta expressão, puto. Por isso. Fora real. Filha da puta, mano.
Eu mandei algumas. David. Campeão! Não, onde é que está? Era isto. Foda-se.
Dobrão. Pudeste-me com a trap? Ah, ok. Não sei, estava a perguntar que eu não vi o final também. Mas acho que não, é.
Só que eu é que fiquei aqui.
Matei.
Gatos.
Merda.
Ui.
What? O que é que eu fiz? Ué.
Stand up.
Olha.
Vai
Quer
ser.
ver?
Vale a pena estar a
O que eu estou a
falar.
fazer?
Não vale.
Nada, não sei.
Estão a ver-se uns aos outros e a comunicar.
Foda-se. É que ela está mesmo aí em cima, é.
Como eu sofri, ah? Ixi.
Oh, já me fodi. Fiquei lá de cima, estava a tentar descer.
Foda-se. Eu não sabia que eu estava lá em cima. Não é?
Estava a
Como tu
mandar
dizes.
lá de cima.
Yeah.
Fodi. Ah, picareta.
Eu gostava de ver isso.
Esticado. Ai, caralho.
Dirty 3.
Era assim, tinha balas na shot, eu não sabia, tirei ao Vini, fodi-me.
Assim, quem é que me fodeu assim? Matei-me na Storm. Não conto o kill para ninguém. Não sei quem é que mandou essa rocalhada. Isso.
Foda-se. O que eu estou a fazer?
Ai. Ai, ai.
What?
Ai! Ai! Ai!
Pá, não vale ir para o centro.
Também te fodi, cabrão. Ai, eu podia. Estou fora do mapa. What the fuck? Para lá, ver o jogo todo do Eduardo. O que é que ele faz?
Merda,
What the fuck?
fiquei preso.
Oh shit.
Tens de construir. Vini.
Yeah. Eu não.
Assim. Assim. Dale! Ah, eu pensava que era minha. Ai! Era minha, afinal, já. Certeza. Alguém quer trocar aí uma Thompson? Foda-se, só me calham armas da shit. Assim.
Mesmo.
Foda-se.
Então, cara.
Ah, foda.
Caralho. Não curto nada a estar a fugir da Storm. Acho que podia jogar com mais calma.
Íamos era ir jogar um daqueles tipo num mapa. Eu nem lá chego.
You ain't shit. Mano! Que tiraço!
Caralho, estava a falhar tudo.
Oh caralho, quem é que anda aqui? Ah! Não estava à espera que tivesse nada mesmo.
What?
E eu?
Pensei que fosse tão alto e foda-se. Não sei como é que não construiu. Não gostei assim tantas builds. Oh! Ah pois, não te escondas não.
E este cabrão vem aqui para cima de mim.
O quê?
Oh!
Para não te fiz meter a canto para não deves.
Me deixa!
Está aí o nosso outro lado da sor.
Ganda cabrão, só assim.
Príssimo.
Oh
Nível
que
do-
caralho, foda-se! Oh caralho! Ei, muito esperto! É.
Gosto assim.
Já viste. Não.
É assim. Ai não, tu tem balas. Fucking hell. GG. Meu trapper. É, não sei. Gang. Queria abrir a janela, estava calor. Shit, que luto da bosta.
Oh,
Ah, sai lá daí! Achas? O quê, meu? Não acredito! Não, caresta!
Bastante na boca, tu estás a quando?
Holy shit! Oh! Toma! O que é que foi aquilo, dude?
Matei-te.
Assim, bem podre.
Ai. Fecha a porta que eu também.
mamma mia.
Só vi uns pezinhos a passar. Ainda é assim. Sonho para mim. Ui, quem tem com esta maluca?
Ya. Agora é.
Ok? Foda-se.
Caralho!
Não chega lá assim.
Yeah. Caralho. Ai! Ai! Filha da puta!
Cabrão. Sangas, olha aí o mic cap.
Eu estou com 10% de packet loss. Né?
Com 0. É tipo
Mas
faz
tem que
breakar. Caralho.
Adeus.
Ah, foda-se.
Yeah.
Caralho. É mesmo. Fechaste no canto, fechaste no canto. Eu estou-se bem, não... Eu por acaso tranquilo.
Mesmo, como é que eu não te acertei um tiro? Foda.
Diz? Podes.
Olha, só tira isso. Mas que calaste. Olha! Entraste aqui. Ui! Adiós. Ahora say goodbye.
Ah, what the fuck.
Assim. Ok. E como é que não tira dano? Está a cheatar. Cabrão.
Oh. Eita. What the fuck?
Ah! What? Good time.
Não, foi perto demais. Acho que não, mas ficaste vivo e eu fico com o caralho.
Awesome.
Vaza.
Oi.
Está en otra parte.
Ei, como é que estás a falar? Não havia ninguém. Mas eu não... como é que faço isso? Mas eu já fiz isso e não dá, mano. Não consigo. Mas... já carreguei, mano. Não consigo.
Yeah. Foi esse?
Ah! Ai, o quê? Assim. Oh, foda-se para esta merda. Para o caralho, mas estes trocos, foda-se. Ah, mano, o gajo morre bué de queda. Era. Oh, isso. Yeah. Ainda há bocado tentei, mas morri na queda. Yeah. É aquele time.
Bumba!
Sim, mas eu acertei-te e consegui pôr o chão e tu ainda me acertaste, mesmo assim.
E eu ganhei-lhe muito e estou a ouvi-lo do outro lado. Aliás, o Mike deu lá muito.
Meu Deus.
Olha, what?
Eu quando nasci só vi trap à minha frente.
Matem-se todos.
Ganhou um leak!
E eu com 4 eliminations.
E o Nox matou 4, meu. Ganda joga, bem jogadinhos.
Então, mas eu tenho que
Não, tá starting game agora. Aí está.
vai te fuder, mas é trap.
What? Não, meti a shotgun no sítio errado. Ah pá, foda-se que seja ridículo. Ai.
Fodendo.
Ai, meu Deus. Isto é quanto?
Tu deste-me bem da vida, mano. Bem da vida, mano.
Foda-se. Consegui foi foder-me.
Foda-se, que balazos, meu. Olhem para isto. Foda-se, eu nem consigo construir como deve ser, meu. Há um legging do caralho.
Meu Deus. Pânico, pânico, pânico.
Olha. Olha que nem é só tu.
Estás a perder vida.
What the fuck?
Cada dica deixa tipo com um gajo que perde vida.
Yeah. Faz o mesmo efeito da armadilha.
Mas o que é que se passou? Explica-me.
Tu ficaste a levar dano. Ficaste a levar dano por terem ficado na storm. Não, tu levaste dano da storm. Só que o dano depois fica tipo. Não sei durante quanto tempo. Yeah.
Uns 10 gajos.
Depois tu só passava o segundo e meio ou dois a trabalhar.
Shit!
Oh. Saí do jogo.
Assim. It's all about timings. Bormet. Opa, que merda.
Shit. Shit.
Ai!
LOL, esperou, puto, matou os 3 no final. Pum, pum, pum. Olha. É o trinco, é o trinco.
Shit.
Mas
Tem que ser da tua neta.
Foda-se. Falso.
Oh.
Pum.
Por favor, tchau pessoal.
The fuck, man. But
done thus far. Ape, spades here on your screen. Top, middle there. Ape taking a chance to just pop a little bit of a mini. Got a metal tunnel underneath with another player down below. A quick stink toss. Pressure being applied. These fly-ins there. Symphony top of your screen, but Baldy, player we've seen a number of times. The flintlock in hand.
Ooh. All right.
Epic AR and a rare combat shotgun.
This is the loadout you want.
Oh yeah, this is big value. Because he has 2 campfires, 6 minis. He's got the turret in case he gets ultimate high ground and he needs something to just connect back for 1,000 HP. It's a big value right there. Typically I say, very rarely do we see players utilize the, we'll say the pew-pew mechanic of the turret.
Oh,
right
sure.
there, shots. 5 goes down, a big pickup, first elimination for Baldy, 49 points. But yeah, the loadout is excellent right now. It kind of covers everything that he's going to need in any given moment right now. Poach from Liquid, smack the bottom of your screen. A lot of players that have been in the top 10 multiple times popping up right now. Air Cool, Spades all the way at the ultimate high ground. 38 players remaining. We'll climb our way all the way back to the top. The launch pad out. Good rotation right now. The later you get into a game, the less value a launch pad has, because unless you're going to ramp up above and use it with the horizontal trajectory, which, don't get me wrong, is very, very good. But if you're trying to go for verticalities, by the way, a player lands in the same box, quick trap, it's not going to go down, but Zlem still pays the price for trying to challenge Spades for ultimate high ground. Might not be the last one either. Oh my gosh, the number of players flying around above is insane. Spades, can he follow through? Can indeed. K-Dude goes down as a launch pad again. Sorry, that got ridiculous. But the late game launch pads, they lose value because the more time you spend in the air, the more opportunities other players have to take shots at you as the storm starts to close. Spades sharing the wall with another player, gotta be careful. A box up and keep on rolling.
You could be cheeky with the launch pads too, utilizing that ramp to just give you like that forward momentum instead.
All right, I propose a challenge to anybody out there.
Ooh.
You set up a launch pad with the angle that shoots an opponent